everybody. Just going to do a little video on factoring. I'm just going to actually just roll through 3 examples with you guys. So here's your first one. Oh, do minus. So remember, my goal is to find the factors that when I multiply these two, like you did in the previous assignment, I will get this as my solution, as my product. Okay. So when you do this, notice my coefficient here of my x squared term is a 1. Okay, that's pretty important. If that is the case, then all we're doing is playing a little number game. What's going to add up to 5 and then also at the same time multiply to negative 24. So just think of all the numbers that are going to multiply to 24, like 8 and 3. So I know that a positive 8 minus 3 would get me that 5. So if I multiplied these two factors together, these two binomials, I would end up with this guy in the end. Okay. Here's another one. Let's check out. Like x squared minus 49. This is kind of a special case. Hopefully you guys remember this from class, but to get the x squared, it's going to be x times x. And then this, literally just take the square root of this. Square root of 49 is 7. So it's going to be x plus 7 and x minus 7. Okay. And then I could throw, let me show you guys this too. Like if I threw a 9 in front here, it's pretty much exactly the same thing, but to get this 9, that's just 3 times 3. So it's going to be 3x plus 7 and then 3x minus 7. Okay? And then the last one I want to show you is kind of the big boy. Let's take a look at this guy. Because this leading coefficient right here is not 1, I can no longer just say, okay, what's going to add up to this and multiply to this, okay? So I have to walk through this process. So remember, this is what I was showing you guys in class. So multiply those two guys. Now I'm playing the game. What's going to add up to negative 17, but multiply to a positive 70, okay? And those two numbers are, let's see, minus 10 and minus 7. So notice I essentially just split up the negative 17 into these two terms. The plus 10 is still there. The 7m squared is still there. Okay. And once you get to this point, what you're going to do, there's this cool little method called factor by grouping. So essentially I group the first two terms, group the second two terms. Guys, notice I got the negative in the mix right there too. Okay. And then what can I factor out of this group? Okay, well, between 7 and 10, I can't really take out a nice number other than 1, but I can take out an m, and that leaves me with 7m minus 10. And then out of here, because this is a negative, I'm going to take out a negative something. They both don't have an m. 7 and 10 don't really have a nice number. So all I'm taking out of this last one is a negative 1. And that would change this to, should be 7m minus 10. Okay, if you do this correctly, these two guys should be the same exact. So my final answer would be m minus 1, which came from here and here, and then this guy, 7m minus 10. Okay, so if I multiplied these two binomials together, I would end up with this guy in the end. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys. Continue rolling through these little assignments, and you guys rock. See ya.